Hey guys. So, I've had a lot on my mind, Yankees related, and I just want to talk about some rumors that have been out there. Uh, so, got this from the Yankees Avenue Twitter, which is great. I think it's wonderful. Um, and Dan Federico, who writes for Elite Sports New York, he writes, "Some Saturday morning Yankees tidbits. Was told Lindor is near or at the top of their wish list, but they won't go past their means to get him. Don't expect a Bauer, Stroman, Realmuto in the Bronx. There's been some tire kicking on Charlie Morton and Garrett Richards for the rotation." Now, I have some opinions about that. I Not that I don't want Bauer, Realmuto, Stroman, etc., any of the Springer in the Bronx, because I would, and I think they'd make our team better. But I'm kind of more on the realistic side that I don't think Cashman. I don't think the Yankees want to spend all that money, even in a free agent landscape where they could take advantage of other teams not spending, or other teams not really going after what they want because of the owners lost so much money. Um, and so I think, yeah, maybe a trade for Lindor is possible, but I don't know about all of the Yankee fans, but I'm not even cautiously optimistic that they're going to trade for Lindor. I don't think they're going to trade for Lindor. I think they don't have that many trade chips at this point. Um, you think of Gleyber Torres and Clark Schmidt and Davey, but the Yankees need pitching. I don't see them trading Davey or Clark unless it's for a more superior starter. Um, so while Lindor would be worth it, I think the Yankees give a full year to Torres at shortstop. A full healthy year. He wasn't injured. He was injured for part of this past year. Uh, and I think they give Clint Frazier a real shot in left field. And so that would mean if they're doing that, then, you know, is there really any room for Lindor? So even if Lindor is on their radar, I don't think it happens. But as far as the other part of the tweet with Charlie Morton and Garrett Richards, they're not in the top tier of starters, but I think they're in that second tier that are really getting overlooked. Um, you look at Charlie Morton, the guy was amazing in the playoffs, and he's being written off because of his age. He's only gotten better with age. Do I think he could go 200 innings post a sub 3 ERA? No. Do I think he'll be the number one on any team that he signs with? No. But do I think he could be a 2 or a 3 and pitch, let's say, 175 innings if healthy of 3 ERA ball? I think that's great. Um, and as we saw in the playoffs, he was throwing 94, 95, 96 on his fastball with, and you saw some of the swings he was getting on his breaking ball. It's still elite. And while his numbers weren't great this past year, you look at the peripherals, he had like a 3.3 FIP, 3.3 FIP. So yeah, he was injured, but when he pitched, like he was still much better than he looked. Um, Same with Garrett Richards. He kind of underwhelmed because he has such good stuff, and he was transitioned to the bullpen for the Padres. I think because yeah, he just was underperforming, but he's only like 31, and he has significant upside. You look at his stuff; he's got a mid-90s fastball, electric slider, has a really good sinker. Even though he stopped using it with San Diego, I think he'd be a great fit in New York. Um, Strikes out tons of batters. Had Tommy John, and presumably has a lot of years left in his career because he's still young. He's still only 31. Um, so yeah, give me Richards on a 2-year deal. Give me Morton on a 1-year deal. Give me one of those starters. Give me Kevin Gausman on a 2-year deal. Um, I'd honestly rather have those guys than Bauer or Stroman anyway, just because of what getting Bauer or Stroman would mean for the Yankees re-signing LeMahieu. Um, I think what they're going to do is not acquire anybody, sign LeMahieu, Uh, they're gonna have Lindor play short, have Torres play short in 2020, and then go on from there. Because of the huge shortstop free agent class next year, I think it's very likely that the Yankees are in on one of those. Uh, yeah, um, I have a lot of opinions about this free agent landscape, but that's just where I am now. Uh, just wanted to address that tweet, and also these ridiculous trades, um, rumors, stupid rumor of Stanton to the Cubs for Kimbrel, Hayward, and Darvish. While I do think the Cubs want to get rid of let go of some money, and this would be a salary dump move, like, I don't get why you trade all three of them in one deal. Um, I think you do Darvish by yourself if you're the Cubs. If you trade Darvish by yourself, you can get a lot back. Yeah, he's expensive, but he just had one of the best seasons of his career, and you got to think that he's right. Second half of 2019, all of 2020, he was just amazing. He was dominant, and so while Kimbrel still has really good stuff, and I think he had a couple bad outings this year that ruined his overall line. I think he's still really good, and same with Hayward, above average defender in right field. He had the best season with his bat since who knows when. I think that would be a terrible trade for both sides, only because, well, not for both sides. For the Yankees, it'd be great. They need more relievers. They need more starting pitching. But if they make this trade, say goodbye to the Yankees trading for Lindor or signing back LeMahieu or signing any other pitcher, because like there's gonna be a lot of money taken on if this deal went through. It's a dumb proposal, um, and I don't know why. I don't even know why the Cubs would accept it. Stanton's still making almost $30 million a year, right? Is that really much of a salary dump? And if there's not the DH in the National League next year, you're counting on Stanton to play left field or right field and stay healthy. I don't know. I just think it's a dumb trade on both sides, but something that people actually seem to believe. I just think it's completely asinine. Um, but yeah, give me a Richards, give me a Gosman, give me a Morton, one or two of those guys to go along with Garrett Cole, and hopefully Sevy comes back mid-season, no complications, is able to go for the playoffs, as well as Davey, and maybe Montgomery, Clark Schmidt, Michael King. We have solid depth, starting depth options, and we definitely do need some bullpen help. But I do think signing one or two of those mid to lower tier starters to provide some good experienced starters, to provide some depth, to provide some really good quality innings is the route the Yankees go this offseason, because it allows them to spend the money to re-sign LeMahieu, to spend the money on the bullpen, to get a couple arms in the bullpen, maybe to spend some money through trades, which they might be tacking on if they give up one of their young guys. So we'll see how it goes. I just wanted to talk about that for a bit, and yeah, see you.